and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. Week number 17 of the NFL football season is upon us. What a 17 week season 16 week season we've had. Every team has played 15 games. This is the final game of the regular season until the playoffs began. Week 16, I went 14-2 on win-loss. I went 11-5 against the spread at 8-8 on the over-under, which brings me to a year-to-date total of 158-92 win-loss, was the 65.8%. Against the spread, 129-111, which is 53.7%. And over-under 112 or 125-115, which is at 52%. I'm going to call it a successful season in 2017 for the NFL football season picks on Robert Sports Show. 16 weeks, picking every game, every week. I'm at 65% win-loss, 53 against the spread, and 52 over-under. I'm calling it a successful season. You may not, but I am, because you know what? I'm above 500, and if I were putting money on the line, I would be plus. So there you go. So let's see how I can do on week number 17, which I just realized I haven't decided my picks yet. I wrote everything down and didn't do the picks yet. So I guess I will be doing my picks here on the show because I didn't do anything beforehand. So the first game, we have the New York Jets at 5-10 versus the New England Patriots at 12-3. Back on October 1st, New England won 24-17. Currently, the Jets have the 7th worst record in football. New England has clinched the first round bye, clinched the AFC East title, and if they win, or the Steelers lose, or if they both lose, they have home field advantage. I think, since they hold the tiebreaker over Pittsburgh, this isn't a must-win. Hold on, what's Pittsburgh's record? Boy, I'm going to say something stupid. 12-3. They're both 12-3, so yeah, I guess it is. If they want that number one seed, it is a must-win. So I think they will be playing big guys. So I'm picking the Patriots to win. They're favored by 16.5. You know what? I think it's going to be a close game. I got the Jets covering, and 46 is the points, and I'm taking under based on their October game. Next, we have the NFC North. We have the Chicago Bears at 5-10 versus the Minnesota Vikings at 12-3. Bears are 9th worst record in the NFL, and Minnesota beat them earlier in the year 20-17. Minnesota has the NFC North title wrapped up. They need a win for the first round bye. So I think they'll be playing their guys. So I got them winning 12.5. I'm going to have Chicago cover because Trubisky's been playing pretty good here lately. And then based on taking under on the 39.5 based on what happened in the earlier season game. Next, we have the AFC South. Houston Texans at 4-11 versus Indianapolis Colts at 3-12. Houston is currently 4th in their the worst record. Unfortunately, that draft pick goes to Cleveland. So Cleveland is going to have 2 of the top 4 picks this year, which is amazing. Colts are currently 3rd in the draft. Houston's been decimated since Deshaun Watson got hurt. I'll go with the spread. I'll pick the Colts. I think they'll cover the 3.5. Because earlier in the year, Indy won 20-14. So I will take Indy winning, covering, and under on the 41. Next, we have the NFC North with the Detroit Lions at 8-7 versus the Green Bay Packers at 7-8. Earlier in the season, on November 6th, on Monday Night Game, Detroit won 30-17. If Green Bay loses, it will be their first losing season since 2008 when they went 6-10. Do we all remember what 2008 was? That was Aaron Rodgers' first full season as starting quarterback. Detroit, they have an out. Don't they still have an outside chance? I didn't write it down. I think they have an outside chance at making the playoffs, if I remember correctly. But I could be wrong with that. I didn't write it down, so don't. I could be fucked up on there. Okay. I am taking Detroit to win. Brett Hundley has not looked that good. And then everything going on with Rodgers. So they took him off IR. He started a game. Their playoff hopes went down the toilet. They put him back on IR. I'd read that if you go back on IR for the same injury that you were on IR initially and came off for, the team has to release you. The league is not going to make Green Bay release Aaron Rodgers. Are they? What would happen then? Are they going to take the Patriot way and get rid of a guy a year too early versus a year too late? Do they think Aaron Rodgers is damaged? Did they do it on purpose? Was it a move where higher-ups went, why don't we do this because the NFL make us do this? So if we have to do it based on what the NFL says, it doesn't make us look like pieces of shit like we did with Brett Favre. Throwing it out there. Aaron Rodgers in Denver. That looks intriguing. Just saying. Lions win. I'll get them covering the 7.5 and over on the 43. Next, the NFC East, Dallas Cowboys 8-7 versus Philadelphia Eagles 13-2. Eagles have NFC East wrapped up. They have home field wrapped up. There ain't no fucking reason Nick Foles should be in this game, near this game, even dressed for this game. Dude should be standing on the sideline in tennis shoes and a t-shirt. If he has pads on, he is fucking retarded. Dude, wrap yourself in bubble wrap and sit up in the press box somewhere. God, yeah, do not get him hurt. Their third string will be starting more than likely. None of the starters will play much. It's going to be a preseason game for Philly. Dallas winning. I got them covering the 2.5. And I'm going to go under on the 43 because I don't think it'll be much of a game. Next, we have the Washington Redskins, 7-8 versus the New York Giants, 2-13. Washington beat them early in the year, 20-10. This more than likely be Eli's last game as a New York Giant, and they will go out with a loss because the Redskins will win. They cover the 3.5 and under on the 38.5. Next, we have the AFC North. We have the Cleveland Browns at 0-15 versus the Pittsburgh Steelers at 12-3. Pittsburgh lost. No, sorry, take that back. They beat Cleveland 21-18 in Week 1. They had the AFC North wrapped up. They have a first-round bye wrapped up. They are playing for home field advantage. If they and New England both lose, New England's got the tiebreaker. I think Pittsburgh's going to go for it. I think they want the AFC title game in Pittsburgh. I got Pittsburgh winning. I think they'll cover. I think Cleveland will cover the 13.5, and then I am taking under on the 40. Next, we have the AFC East. Buffalo Bills at 8-7 versus the Miami Dolphins 6-9. Earlier in the year, Buffalo won 24-16. I will take the Bills to win. They cover the 3. And we'll go under on the 43. Next, we have the AFC West. We have the Oakland Raiders at 6-9 versus the Los Angeles Chargers at 8-7. On October 1st, the Chargers won 17-16. LA needs a win with a Tennessee and Buffalo loss, or a Tennessee and Baltimore loss, in order for the Chargers to make the wild card. That needs a lot. I think they will get the win. I'm taking them to win. They'll cover the 7.5. And then they will be under on the 45. Next, we have the AFC South. We have the Jacksonville Jaguars at 10.5. At 10-5 versus the Tennessee Titans at 8-7. Jacksonville has the AFC South wrapped up. They really ain't playing for shit here. September, they beat Tennessee 37-16. I'm taking Tennessee because I think Jacksonville will sit Bortles and rest everybody for the playoffs. I think Jacksonville will cover the 6, and I will take over on the 41. Next, we have the NFC West. We have the San Francisco 49ers at 5-10. Winners of 4 straight with Jimmy Garoppolo. Boom. Is he not a Pro Bowl quarterback? Versus the Los Angeles Rams at 11-4. They won the NFC West title. Don't know a lot has to happen for them to get a first round bye and the number 1 overall seed. They're another third. Philadelphia's 13-2. Minnesota's 12-3. Rams are 11-4. New Orleans, Carolina, both 11-4. Yeah, I think if the Rams were smart, they would sit Jared Goff or just maybe do a quarter or half, kind of like a preseason game. So I am taking the Niners. Win 5 straight with Jimmy Garoppolo. I will give them to 4. I think they'll cover it. And I'm taking over on the 44. Next, we have the AFC North. Cincinnati Bengals at 6-9 versus the Baltimore Ravens at 9-6. Baltimore won 20-0 in Week 1. I think Baltimore needs a victory worse than Cincinnati, so they got the Ravens winning. I think they'll cover the 10, and I'm taking under on the 40.5. Next, we have NFC West. We have the Arizona Cardinals at 7-8 versus the Seattle Seahawks at 9-6. Seattle won 22-16 earlier in the year. If Seattle wins and Atlanta lost, Seattle's got the wild card. So it's a must-win for Seattle and hope for help. With that, I'm taking Seattle in Seattle. The win, I think they'll cover the 9 against Arizona, and then I am taking under on the 40 points. Next, we have the AFC West. Kansas City Chiefs at 9-6, AFC West champions, versus the Denver Broncos at 5-10, which is a perfect landing spot for Eli Manning, or if Green Bay were to release Aaron Rodgers, because the NFL told them they had to. There's an idea, because Cleveland has 2 top 4 picks. So would Cleveland trade one of those picks to Green Bay for Devontae Adams or somebody like that? Or, you never know what could be drawn up during the draft. So they draft a quarterback high and kind of start over. I hate to be right about that because I am kind of a Green Bay fan and Aaron Rodgers fan, but you just never know. Broncos, they need a quarterback. They're 5-10 this year. They sucked. On October 30th, Kansas City won 29-18. They are in Denver. Kansas City really can't do much besides they got the AFC West title. So I got Denver winning at home. Covered to 3.5. And I will take under on the 39. Next, we have the NFC South matchup. We have New Orleans Saints at 11-4 versus Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 4-11. Now, November 5th, New Orleans won 30-10. Saints are favored by 7.5 with an over/under of 50.5. The other game, which is the last game of the day on Sunday, Carolina Panthers at 11-4 versus Atlanta Falcons at 9-6. Who would have thought that the last 2 games of the year would be the NFC South, and you would have 2 teams tied at 11 wins trying to win the NFC South title. It wasn't that long ago where the NFC South winner was below 500 in the playoffs. So you got 3 teams here vying for a playoff spot, Panthers and Falcons. That's going to be an awesome game. Saints looking for a playoff spot. Tampa's trying to get some revenge from that loss 30-10 earlier in the year. Carolina beat Atlanta 20-17 earlier. Falcons are favored at home by 3.5 with over under 46.5. Okay, the winner between Saints and Carolina wins the NFC South. I think the Saints had the tiebreaker. I think they beat Carolina head to head. So I am taking New Orleans to beat Tampa Bay. They'll cover on the 7.5. I think they will be under on the 50.5. Then on the late game, we have Carolina on the road going to Atlanta. Atlanta favored by 3.5. Carolina needs, to me at least, needs the division, so they host the playoff game. Otherwise, it's New Orleans would host the playoff game. Ooh, that's a tough one. Atlanta needs to win to be in the playoffs, if I remember right. Did I write that down? So yeah, I mean, there's a lot going on in those 2 games. I thought I had that somewhere where Atlanta needed to win for the playoffs. I guess I didn't. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Seattle. They're tied with Seattle if Seattle wins, they need Atlanta loss. So yeah, Atlanta needs a win for the playoffs. I don't think Carolina's going to roll over for them. So you know what? It is in Atlanta. Matt Ryan at home. Playoffs on the line. I am taking Atlanta to win. I got them covering at 3.5, and I am taking under on the 46.5. So that means the Saints will be your NFC South champions. All right, then we'll wrap up Week 17 of the NFL football season. All right, playoffs start next week. Wild card weekend. Look forward to that. Look forward to doing the previews for the whole playoffs. Make sure January 1, you check out Robert Sports Show. We'll have 4 videos hopefully up throughout the day. We'll have the NCAA Radical Realignment College Football that I'm working on. We'll have 2 WWE rankings videos, one the women and one the men's. And then a video that I'm looking really forward to working on and getting set up for is New Japan Pro Wrestling presents Wrestle Kingdom 12. It's a live show. If you're not a New Japan fan, it's a live show that New Japan has put on 12 straight years on January 4th, no matter what day of the week it falls on. It's always on January 4th. It is New Japan Pro Wrestling's Super Bowl. It's their WrestleMania. It is the best of what New Japan can put on. And yeah, there will be some amazing matches on that card. And if you ain't able to see the actual show live, check out Access TV. And Mark Cuban, I guess, is sponsoring it or dealing with it. And all the title matches from Wrestle Kingdom will be on Access TV, New Japan Pro Wrestling, on Friday and Saturday after the show. So that will be amazing to watch. And it's more likely how I'm going to watch it. So make sure you check out that preview. And then there is a shit ton coming to Robert Sports Show in January. The goal is 100 videos. We'll see how far I get with that. I had a PlayStation 4 for Christmas, so Santa was good to this guy. So we'll see how many videos I get done when I'm not playing my PlayStation. So as always, thanks for watching Robert Sports Show, and don't just have a great day, have a spiffy day. Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader in sports channel content.